everyone, it's T. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little different. We're just going to be vlogging today and kind of having a little conversation and chat about where things are going and where things have been and how we got to where we are today. So for anyone who's new here, first of all, thank you to all my new subscribers. I am immensely grateful for all of you. And I am so happy to have you part of my nail journey and part of the nail family. With that being said, the reason we're doing a vlog today and we are not finishing these nails and or doing any kind of a nail video today is my arm, my right arm, this one here, is giving me a lot of issues. So for anyone who's new, I broke my arm really bad in December of 23 to the point where I had to get a plate and 16 screws put in it. So I broke it right here and I broke the ball completely off the top of my humerus. So yeah, which was not funny. I don't know why they call it humorous, but anyways. So I did that on December 29th. Like I said, I had surgery on New Year's Eve, which was a Sunday, if anyone remembers, and was pretty much out of commission for about 3 months. And everything, for the most part, I don't have full movement of my arm. I don't know that I'll ever get like full movement back. But for the most part, I'm totally good. I can do everything I need to do. It started hurting really bad yesterday. I don't know why. And then by like midday today at work, I was like, oh, we need to go home because I need to take a real pain pill. This freaking ibuprofen shit was not doing a goddamn thing. So your girl had to come home and pop the rest of a half of a Vicodin that I took. I took a half of Vicodin at the office and then I came home and took the rest. So be warned. I'm just letting you know right now. That being said, though, I didn't want to not put a video out to kind of let you know what was going on because I have 3 videos that I have already promised to have out and they should already be out that I just haven't been able to do. I haven't been able to edit them. I'm right-handed, so being that it's my right arm, it gets really hard. I can do like this kind of stuff. This doesn't bother me at all. We're all good with this. It's any kind of rotation out from the elbow or going up, I have a lot of issue with. So right now it just kind of wants to hang out right here, sort of, hanging out on my waist. It's all good. So I wanted to give you an idea or at least an update as to why we're doing a vlog today, because I don't think we've ever done anything like this. I mean, I did initially do a video where I kind of introduced myself and said, hey, this is who I am and blah, blah, blah. So I did that and it's obviously on my channel, but I figured since I have a bunch of new subscribers, I would kind of do a reintroduction of who I am. So I go by T, Miss T on here. My name is Teresa. I live in Illinois. I'm not a licensed technician. I am a DIY nail enthusiast. So I was one of these people that absolutely was getting her nails done like religiously every 2 weeks. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say religiously. I had a standing appointment. I was the first appointment every other Saturday at my nail salon. And then COVID happened. And I was like, excuse the fuck out of me? Because in the beginning, as we all probably remember, it was, hey, we're going to go back to work next week. And then when next week turned into 6 weeks, and I was like, yeah, we're not going back to work anytime soon. So let's rewind a little bit. I had gotten a brand new set of nails put on. I mean, brand spanking new set of nails put on the week before lockdown, right? So here I am, brand new set of nails, just dropped 80 bucks on them. They weren't anything fancy. It was just like, I think I got a French. And now it's 6 weeks later, 7 weeks later, however long, and I need to fill desperately. And since they kept saying, oh, we're going to be going back, we're going to be going back, we're going to be going back, I did not want to just, take them off. I was like, hello, no, because it's brand new. I know. But anyway, so I was determined. I'm like, well, hell, how hard can it be? I've been watching them do nails, for ages. They've been doing my nails for absolute ages. So it's, all good. But then I get to the point where I'm like trying to buy product to try to do a fill. And I don't know if any of you all tried to buy nail products when COVID was like really raging. No one could get alcohol. No one could get, disinfectants. No one could get masks, none of that stuff, right? And I wanted to do nails. I wanted to get some acrylic to do a fill on my nails. So I ended up ordering, I don't even think, I had to order it from eBay. So I ordered my very first acrylic kit to do your nails at home from eBay. And it was quite funny. I just recently, and if I can remember where I found the picture, I will pop it up in here. I just recently found the picture of the very first fill I did on myself, and it's not horrible, mind you, but there was a lot of filing just to get it to look like it looks there. So, I'm so sorry. Anytime I take any kind of paint colors and things like that, I get so ridiculously thirsty. So I apologize. Anywho, that is kind of how I got into doing nails. I started on myself during COVID. I would do a new set of acrylics every other week on myself. I was constantly practicing. And I got to the point where I was pretty good at sculpting because I like a C curve. Anyone who knows a little bit about nails, there's the difference between a C curve with a hard C or a natural nail. I love hard C curves. I just think they look so nice to have that sculpted look of a nail. So I had to learn how to sculpt, and I got pretty good at it, I have to say. And then I started and I don't know if it was me freaking myself out or if I really was developing an issue with monomer, but I put a set on and my fingers felt a little weird, and it freaked me out so bad that I was like, no, we're not going to develop an allergy to this. This is not okay. So I stopped doing acrylics that day. I'm like, I'm done with acrylic, no more. I don't think so. I am going to now learn polygel. So then I had to go through the process of learning polygel. And anyone who's done acrylic and polygel know they are so different. Acrylic, you have a limited time that you can use, you can work with that product. Polygel, excuse me, polygel, you can work with it until you cure it. The only issue is the longer you work with it and it starts to warm up on your nails, or the more alcohol you add to it, obviously the consistency changes. But I had to learn how to do polygel, and I got pretty darn good at doing that as well. I used to sculpt my nails doing polygel, and was not a big, I'll be honest, I was not a big polish girl because I would just use different colored polygels. I mean, I have every color polygel you can ever imagine. If you ever want to see me do some polygel nails or some acrylic nails, let me know, comment below, and I can do a practice nail on camera for you. Probably not this week. I am going to be going back and seeing my orthopedic surgeon on Thursday and go, hey, what's up with the, it started getting and it crunches when I move. Yeah, not the greatest. But anyway, and my arm itches. Oh, let's see if I can get over and reach it. Oh, there we go. Like I said, I'm good with bending from the elbow this way and stuff. It's when you ask me to bring my arm out this way from my elbow or bring it out straight. Yeah, that's not happening right now. So yeah, anyway, I started, like I said, getting into polygel, sculpting all the different kinds of polygel nails I could do, and had a couple of friends who I would do nails for. So I had one that would come over every other like Friday, and we would do her nails, and it was like kind of our girl time. And this was still, mind you, still during COVID, because I thankfully worked for a company that they had us working from home for a year and a half. They were very good during COVID. I'm very grateful for that. One sec, I need a little chapstick, I think. Much better. Okay, so still home from home from work because of COVID. It's been a year and a half. Started doing nails on friends and things like that, and just honestly fell in love with nails. I've always loved nails. Here's the thing. I've had nails for, oh my gosh, probably longer than some of the people watching this video have been alive. Let's just put it that long, okay? I've had nails for a very long time. And so I've always loved them. And I've always loved all their like the crazy designs. I never wore anything like that, mind you. I always was a coffin girl. I liked coffin shaped nails. Those were my absolute favorite. Or if I was going to do a square nail, it had to be square. I did not want like a rounded edge to my square. You know how like they'll be like, oh, let me take off the edge so you don't scratch yourself. I'm like, no, leave that shit there because I like how that looks. I want a square edge if I'm wearing a square nail. So, you know, I've always loved all of the different nails and all the different designs. But like I said, never ever wore any of them. I think the most I ever did was like I will say, my nail sets were never one color. I always was like 3 colors. So I mixed it up on the nails and the things like that. I loved all of the nails that change color with the temperature, those polishes, loved cat eyes. So that kind of thing I would do, but nothing like I do now, right? And so after about a year and a half of doing my own nails, I sort of like expanded into a new world because I was introduced to full cover tips. Oh my God, full cover tips. If you had asked me before Jello and One Kill came out, what was the thing that I thought was the most innovative product in a long time for in the nail industry as a whole, I would say full cover tips because of the fact that it makes it so much easier to be able to just put a tip on and then do a design, right? And before I was using the One Kill and the Jello Peel Off Base, yes, it was still always a pain in the ass to get your nails off because the glue we used to use was ridiculous, right? Some of them were so like spongy, they never got hard enough where it was like an acrylic feel or even a polygel feel. So when you would go to file it off, you're like filing off something kind of rubbery. Oh, it was the worst. Or, you know, excuse me, you would have to soak them off. Either process was extremely time consuming. And and I'm pretty sure that's probably the thing that we all hate about nails. I hate filing nails. I hate having to soak them off. Those are the 2 things I hate the most about nails. Filing them off, soaking them off. Well, Jello Peel Off Base. One Kill, your girl is a happy camper. That's why I literally switch my nails out every week now. So every week I put a brand new set of nails on. My nail beds look a million times better than they ever did when I was doing the soak off or the file off. So I think now that is, in my opinion, the greatest innovation in a very long time. Peel off bases and the removers, whether One Kill works for you or not, because that's the thing I think people forget is not every product is going to work the same way on every person. Yes, it would be lovely if they could come up with one product that works exactly the same way on everyone's body, but our body chemistries are different. Some of us have more oil in our nail beds. Some of us have drier nail beds. All of that affects how these products work on us, right? So for me, Jello, the peel off base, and One Kill, the remover, work the absolute best of any I've tried. And I've tried a bunch. I have a video on here that if I can remember, I'll try to link it somewhere up here, where I go through and try different removers to see what works. Oh my goodness gracious, what works for me. Water break, 1 second, please. Okay. I was looking to see if I have a throat lozenge. I'm going to go to a throat lozenge. 1 moment. Alrighty, I am back and I have my throat lozenge. I'm all good now. All right, so like I said, I had a video where I tested a bunch of different products on myself to see what would work best. I feel like you need to do that for yourself. If you are someone who's doing your nails yourself at home, or even if you're a technician and you're not using peel off base, it just depends. I think you need to have more than one because you just don't know which one's going to work for you. There are different removers and debonders that work for some people and don't work for others. Like, I will be truthful, the gel-in one, it works for so many people. It does not work a damn, not at all for me. Like, not at all. I've tried a few, but ones that I will say that I think work really great are this debonder here. I think that works fabulous for me. The Savilan, you can see that. Hold it up there, Teresa. There we go. I don't know why I was having such issues. It has a cat fur on it. The Savilan, that works fabulous for me as well. I have, trying to remember, I haven't used this Macart yet. I can't remember. No, I haven't used this one yet, so I don't know if that's going to work. It says it works on solid nail glue, but some of them that say they work on solid nail glue, I swear to God, they say that, but they don't. It is literally for like if you're using press-on and air glue or air dry glue. This Macart one, I can't try. A little hard to get the arm up there. Sorry, that one. Okay, that one works great as well. So, you know, try them out. If you, oh, this one for me, this reminded me the most of the One Kill. But if you want links to those, I'll be happy to give you links to them. You just need to be aware that except, oh, and here, of course, the Mac Daddy, as far as I'm concerned, the GOAT, the One Kill. At least for me, again, there are some people who absolutely cannot stand One Kill. Doesn't work for them at all. Okay, I get it. Like I said, gelin, not at all. I've used a couple of others and I can't remember the names. They didn't work for me. Not saying they're not good products. It just didn't work for myself. So that being the case, let's get into Temu and Ali and all of that, because things have changed, have they not? Okay, sorry about that. Need to take care of something. So let's talk about AliExpress and Temu and Shein. Obviously, we all know, if you live here in the United States, that some really crazy tariffs went into effect on Friday. And the prices of things from those three specific vending wholesale warehouse kind of thing have changed significantly. And I know, as someone who loves doing nail hauls and purchasing quite a few things from all three of those places, I'm not going to be doing that going forward. I'm not saying I'm not going to be doing nail hauls. I'm just not going to be doing Ali, Shein, and Temu nail hauls. I'll give you an example. I was doing a test just to kind of see and get an idea of what it would cost to buy a collection of polishes. I think it's 12 polishes from AliExpress. I think they were $78 for the collection I wanted. It was the Colex collection. It was their Flash Glitter collection, which is stunning. Oh my God, I want it so bad, but I'm not paying for it. $78. I put that in and I'm going to check out, right? Just to see what it would cost. There were $60 in import fees on that $78 purchase. So that $78 purchase with $60 tacked onto it is going to be significantly over $100 now, right? And when you get to the point that you have crossed that threshold of $100 for a collection of polish, if I'm going to pay that much for a collection of polish, it's going to be a Korean collection of polish. So what I have decided to do is kind of, we're going to morph our hauls, okay? There will not be nearly as many of them because I need to personally for myself lean into my creativity and start doing more videos of creating like 1 and 2 single nail ideas, because I get these ideas for like a nail that I want to try it out and see if I can do it. And it's like a onesie or twosie design, right? It's not like a whole setup that I'm going to put on myself. It's just, it'll pop into my head and I need to get it out of my head, right? So I'm going to start recording a lot more of that and posting a lot more of that. I will still be doing hauls. We just won't be doing them as often. So what I'm thinking of doing is like once every 3 months, we will have like a Korean polish haul or a Korean collection haul, whether that is a collection of polish and a few other things that I get from a site, or a lot of, single things here and there, but from like either Sweetie or Zillaboo. I will not be getting anything from Luna Beauty. They're in Australia. I'm not waiting that long. I just can't do it. I'm one of these people. It's hard enough to wait for AliExpress as it is. There's no way I'm waiting for something to come from Australia. So we will have those like big Sweetie nail hauls or Zillaboo nail hauls like every 3 months. And maybe it's not just Sweetie and Zillaboo. Maybe it's Junie. Junie's a great one now. But we'll have a haul like that every 3 months that is more of a higher end products. I will still be getting little things here and there, maybe from Amazon and a few of, our US based nail supply vendors. But I'm not going to be purchasing anything close to what I was doing from Ali, Shein, and Temu. I mean, come on. It's not feasible to do that. So I have another idea. I am going to start a series where it is basically a Shop My Nail Studio series. I'll be putting up on my community tab every probably 2-3 weeks a question asking, what would you like to see and what products would you like me to use? And this is your chance to tell me, like, hey, I would love to see some extra long coffins with, like crazy Sanrio charms, or I'd like to see, you do something with alcohol inks, or I'd like to see you do something with marbling and blooming gels, or anything like that. So every 2-3 weeks, we will have a post up on the community tab. Some weeks, some posts, it may be where I give you a choice, A, B, or C. And then sometimes I'm just going to leave it up to you and say, hey, in the comments, you tell me what you want to see. You can be as detailed as you want. And if I have those products, we will make a set of nails. So I'm going to be doing that probably every 2-3 weeks, like I said. We will still always have our nail roulette every other Friday. So if you're new here, roulette nails is every other Friday. We spin the wheel and we use random pickers to choose from basically 4 categories, but one of the categories we actually choose twice from it. So we have shape and length. So we choose a different shape and length each time. We have color. We have theme. And then we have nail art or an effect. So nail art and effect, we always choose 2 from that category. And it forces us to think outside the box with our nail designs, use some products we've probably maybe never used. Like this time, the one we're currently doing, flocking is one of the things that you need to use for the current design. Some people might not even have any flocking, but there are some people who are taking part who have flocking and have never used it. So it's that kind of a thing. It is just a very easygoing collab, very low key, no pressure. Anyone who wants to join can join. You're not required to do them every time. If you want to do it every 2 weeks with me, great. If you don't, not a big deal. Jump in, jump out whenever you want. But it's a fun thing for us to do together, where we're able to have that central theme and then see all of the amazing designs that people create. Because what is in my head is not in anyone else's head, just like what's in your head is not in anyone else's head. And when it comes to nails, it's amazing to see how you can take a design and make it your own, or a theme, and make it your own and come up with an incredible nail design. And the next person next to you may have the exact same theme as you, but it looks completely different. That is what I love about nails and the creativity and doing collabs, is the fact that you get to see all the amazing nails that have a central theme, but everybody just has their own style, and none of them are the same. And that's the best part. So we'll still be doing roulette nails every other Friday. Like I said, it's a very, very easygoing, no stress collab. It's a lot of fun. When I started out, it was just me doing them. And then Stacy from Fifi's Faffing Nails reached out to me and asked if she could take part. And I was like, of course, anyone can take part. It's like it's open to anyone. And I think the last time we did it, we had like 7 people. And this next time, 10 people have said they're interested. So if all 10 post their nails, great. If they don't, it's still fine. It's us having fun together. And that's really what I like about it, is the community that we have and the camaraderie and just the love we have for each other. The nail community here on YouTube that I have become a part of has been such a fabulous community for me. They have been so welcoming. I've met some people that, as far as I'm concerned, they are my lifelong friends. So they're not getting rid of me, even if they want to try. So suck it up, you're stuck with me. But it is a different thing for me. YouTube was, and still is, something that pushes me out of my comfort zone. I was on Instagram for years. Absolute years, right? And had like, I don't know, 6,000-7,000. Well, no, I know. The most followers I ever had on Instagram was like 12,000, right? Currently, I have about 6. And what's happened is I worked really hard on my Instagram. I was very active on it. I was engaging with people. And Instagram, when you do that, it'll pay off after a while, right? Well, when I broke my arm, I didn't do any nail stuff for probably a good 3 months because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. And that algorithm, you don't do stuff like that, it will absolutely say, see ya. And I've never had the desire after that to put the effort in you need to put into Instagram to get it to be rewarding. And I'm not even talking about money or anything like that, but in interaction with people, right? The thing that I love about YouTube is the comments that people make and being able to respond to a specific or make a comment on a specific time in a video. Because I know people are watching the video, and when they're asking me questions, we're engaging with each other. And I feel like for me, it has been so much more rewarding and satisfying getting that feedback from people as to, hey, I really loved these nails. Or I even had someone recently tell me that They didn't say it the nicest way, but hey, it's okay that some of my junk nails were just like over the top. And I'm like, junk nails are supposed to be over the top. That's part of the fun of them. But it's people seeing your things and talking to you about them and appreciating your art. Because as far as I'm concerned, everything we do with nails, it's art. If you look at some of these creators out there, like Ball Pit, go look at her Instagram, her YouTube channel. She doesn't do a lot on her YouTube like she does on Instagram, but my God, the portraits and the things that she paints on nails, you can't tell me that's not art. So I really feel like doing nails for me and YouTube has pushed me out of my comfort zone. I would have, the whole time I was on, and I'm still on Insta, I barely do anything with it. I'll be truthful now. It's more of a way for people to contact me if they want to, because as you know, obviously YouTube makes it extremely difficult to send people messages. Get with that, YouTube. Come on now, let's fix that shit. But that's pretty much the reason that I still have my Instagram, is so that people can send me messages if they want to, direct messages and things like that about joining collabs or specific, just anything. Like when I do contests, I tell people you can either email me or reach out to me on Instagram on DM and let me know your address to where to send things. So, but with YouTube, the interaction that I get is much more satisfying for me. I am so appreciative of people commenting about the nails and watching them. It validates me in the fact that I don't know about some of you all, and maybe some people watching this have never gone through this, but there are many of us out there I know who've gone through this and are still going through it, just like I am, because I talk to them about it. And it's that whole imposter syndrome. The whole, like, when people tell you your nails are beautiful and things like that, you still go, there's always a but at the end when you talk about it yourself, right? Like, your nails are never good enough. Somebody else's are always better than yours. Or, why would anyone want to watch my videos? I'm just some, middle-aged lady here in Illinois, making nails and doing my own nails. Why does anyone want to watch my videos? So I think the imposter syndrome is something that many of us have dealt with and probably still do it. I deal with it. I go in waves with it. So sometimes I'm just like, hey, why would anyone even want to watch me paint my nails or add any, embellishments or make charms or any of that, right? And I have been proven wrong. I have a whole bunch of new subscribers. And again, I want to welcome you all. I'm so grateful and thankful for you. And I hope by me telling you a little bit about who I am and kind of what to expect on the channel, you understand that I'm here I'm here because, yes, I want to make videos and I want to put them out there so that you can see them. But that's not the only reason I'm here. Part of the reason I'm here is for me, and so that I can grow as an individual and as a human, right? When you do things that scare you, when you do things that are outside your comfort zone and you realize you can do them, it makes you a better person. You can do things you did not think you could do. And if anyone had told me, even a year ago, that you're going to have a YouTube channel, and not only are you going to have a YouTube channel, but you're going to really enjoy your YouTube channel, I would have been like, yeah, right, kiss my ass. That's not happening. This girl is not getting on video and putting it out there for the world to see. That would have been my response a year ago. Now, I love doing my videos and putting them out there and interacting with you all. It is something I get great joy from. I never, ever, if you would ask me about doing a live, I would have been like, can you see this? Can you read this? Not happening, right? I've done 3 so far. I love them. I love that interaction that you get with people. You can ask questions and they can respond to you right there. it is, I'll be honest, it's kind of addicting. It really, really is. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this vlog. Not only because of my arm deciding that it's going to take a break right now, whether I want to or not, but to give you an idea of who I am and kind of what to expect on my channel and how we're going to go forward together. Because things will be a little different. Obviously, hauls will be way different. We're going to be doing, like I said, shopping my studio. And if you cannot see behind me, then yeah, I got a few things. I mean, I'm looking in my monitor now. That's not even all of my polishes. So we have a lot of things to choose from to make some really cool, incredible nails together. So I'm super excited about that. I'll still be doing my giveaways. That's not going away. How I do my giveaways is a little different than some other people. My first giveaway, my first goal for my first giveaway was to get 150 subscribers. So then once I got 150 subscribers, I had a giveaway. And Barbie Girl Nails 222 won my 150 subscriber giveaway. So if you want to check out her channel, you can get an idea of what the giveaways will look like. I will be honest, the big ones, like so the 150, and then how we'll do it next is 300. So we've hit 300. So now I will get that video out about the giveaway and what you need to do to enter that giveaway. Hopefully I'll get that out this week for y'all. And then the next big one after 300 is obviously 600. So every time I double my subscribers is when we will do big giveaways, quote unquote, right? But I will be doing what I call like my flash giveaways, right? Where random videos, I will just let you know that there's going to be a giveaway and what you need to do and what's going on with it. I just had one close where I'm giving away a collection of polish and a few other surprise goodies. So that closed on Friday. I'll be choosing the winner for that shortly. So those are the kind of things that you can still expect on the channel. We're not going to get rid of giveaways. Hauls will look a little different. They'll be, like I said, every 3 months, and they'll probably be a little bit more high end. We will sprinkle in some of the more affordable things as we find things, because Amazon has some fabulous sales sometimes where you can get some great stuff. They're starting to have more brands on there with more collections that you can buy. Nana Ange, and I will try to remember to link her channel here, just did a unboxing of this fabulous collection that she got from Double Rhythm that is off of Amazon, and it looks fabulous, and it came with a swatching card. Hello, I'll tell you right now, if it comes with a swatching card, your girl, it is hard for me to say no. I love those swatching cards. I'm not even kidding you. I love them. We will still be doing our lives. Like I said, how I do my lives is every other one, not every live, but every other live will be a Saturday swatching with Miss T and True Crime, where I talk about a different true crime case. If you have any suggestions of ones you'd like me to discuss on a live, comment below and let me know. My next one is coming up, I think it's May 10th, and we are going to be discussing the first woman to ever get a whole life sentence in the UK. So that is going to be happening on the 10th. Her name is Joanna Dennehy, and we'll get into the craziness that is Joanna and just kind of give you a high overview. I'm not going to get crazy into all of the details and all of the gore on any of my true crimes. That's not what it's for. It's just to kind of give you an overview of a case. And if you're interested in it, then you can go look into it yourself. And I will tell you some, good resources and things like that. I'm going to also switch those up where the first one I did was early 1900s. This one is current day. So we will go back and forth in time, and we will switch back and forth between male and female murderers or serial killers. I'm obsessed with true crime. It's one of the things that if I'm not watching nail videos, I'm watching true crime. I have been for a very long time. I think I remember first getting into true crime, and some of you may remember this, and it might have been why you got into, or how you got into true crime. But when Forensic Files came out, blew my mind. Blew my mind. That show I found so incredibly interesting. I will go back and watch like some of the old ones where you're like, it's not even full screen because it's so damn old. It's not high def at all. And the song, the theme song for Forensic Files, like as soon as you hear it, you're like, that's Forensic Files. So that's kind of how I got into it. And now I feel like I've watched and learned about a lot of the stuff here domestically in the United States, and have started to broaden to outside of our country here. So a lot of them that I will be doing will be based outside the US, because I feel like a lot of people know about the big ones here in the US. Maybe some that aren't so big here in the US, because we've got a lot of different shows here, like, Very Scary People with Donnie Wahlberg. That's a really good one. It gives you some really good details and may go into some people you've never heard of before, right? I do not also, with my true crime, I don't ever do unsolved. That is not something your girl can handle. I can't do an unsolved mystery. I need to know who did it, and that they either were dead and they could not be punished because it was like, something with like Bloodline Detectives with Nancy Grace, right? And it's like 50 years later, but they figured out who did it. Or the person has been caught and they're in jail, or whatever the punishment might be, depending on where you are in the world, right? So you will never hear me or see me do something that is unsolved, because that would drive me nuts. It would absolutely drive me crazy. I will tell you, a few times I've gotten sucked into some that I didn't know were unsolved. Like not Nancy Grace, I'm sorry, Paula Zahn, right? You watch some of the Paula Zahn stuff, and I would say 90% of it, who they find out who did it. But there's that 10% that they don't, and you don't know until 10 minutes before the show is over. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? That is so hard for my brain to handle and process, that unknown. I will just over and over thinking about it over and over and over again. So for me, I need to know who did it. One of my current favorite true crime shows is, the title is a kind of, The World's Most Evil Killers. Okay. So beyond the title being kind of like out there, there's the whole, each episode of that show has a person's specific name, right? So they did an episode about, we'll say, now like literally every person who's ever killed someone on the damn show has gone on in my head. But they did Manson, right? So the episode's called Charles Manson, or the Manson family. They did John Wayne Gacy. So every episode, they know who the world's most evil killer is. So I know they're not unknown. Love that. Love that about the show. Lets me know right up front, we're going to know who did this, right? That's for me. I cannot do the unknown. So, like I said, every other live will be a Saturday Swatching with Miss T and a true crime chat. We'll do that every other. The one, and then the other, so every other, we'll do that. And then the other one we will do will be either like doing some practice nails together, maybe a live haul every so often. Like maybe I'll do one of the first like Sweetie haul live. Or it will be a hangout with me and my best friend Lori like we did yesterday. Anyone who caught yesterday afternoon's live, that's pretty much Lori and I in a nutshell. And we got the best comment from someone, and I wish I could remember who said it. It might have been Shelley. Said that she had the best time watching Lori and I, and it reminded her of Lucy and Ethel from I Love Lucy. And can I just tell you, as far as I was concerned, that was the greatest thing anyone could say to Lori and I, because we are goofs. That is we're just, you put us together sometimes, and I will be honest with you, we can be some goofy ass chicks. Let's just put it that way. Some of the stuff that we do and comes out of our mouth is just like, oh my Lord. And then someone asked us actually on the live if we were sisters. And I'm like, sisters from another mister. But, when you meet that person that you're like, that's a kindred spirit. That's Lori for me. So we will have Lori on as a special guest every so often. We'll do some organizing. We'll do some testing out of products, all that kind of stuffs. We'll do a lot of different things on the lives, but every other will be a true crime conversation. And like I said, if there's a specific case you are interested in and you want me to kind of put it in the queue per se, let me know. Comment below. I try to, if I don't have a specific person in mind, like this Joanna Dennehy one, I talked to Stacy and I was talking to her and I'm like, I think we're going to do a female this time and blah, blah, blah. And kind of threw out the Joanna Dennehy and gave her just a very small synopsis of her. And she's like, you've got to do her. And I'm like, okay. But some of the time I will literally put a poll up on my community tab and give you some choices and say, hey, who do you want to hear about? Make sure you check out the community tab. There's going to be a lot of things that I will be posting on there. Like I said, we will be posting our true crime polls on there. We will be posting the shopping my studio questions there. Like, what do you want me to use? I will, I'll ask you about swatching things. There'll be a lot of questions where I want your input as to what you want to see from me on my community tab. So I'm just letting you know that now. I will start with those hopefully this week. I'm really hoping that my arm in the next few days starts to feel a lot better, because I would love to be able to get some more nails out this week. I did do my nails for Roulette Nails. They're due this Friday. The people, when we do them, it's literally one of those things you post anytime on Friday. It's very casual, like I said. So I have those done, but I have a second idea that I want to try, right? So I'm really hoping my arm decides to let me do that. There's also, I have so many ideas just running through my head on things I want to do. There's a collab in the group I'm part of that is going to be coming out. It is World Cocktail Day, and I think it's May 12th. I think it's the 12th. May 13th possibly, because I think the 10th is a Saturday. Anyway, we're going to be doing a collab where you create nails inspired from your favorite cocktail, right? So we've got that collab coming up. We've got like ugly nails collab, meaning that you take something ugly and you make pretty nails out of it, things like that. So there'll be a lot of collabs coming up still. So I hope that you decide that this is what you're looking for. If there's something here we haven't talked about that you'd really like to see me do, comment, let me know. I'm here to interact with you all. And I want to make sure that what I am putting out there, not only is it stuff I like, because let's be truthful, when it comes down to it, you need to be able to, it needs to be things that you love to do, or it becomes a burden. And that's not what this is about. This is about having fun together and creating beautiful art together and just kind of making this big, giant, scary world a little smaller, and reaching out there and saying, hey, we see each other. That's important. I think that in this day and age, it is very easy to sit behind a keyboard and not think about your fellow human beings as human beings. And my goal is to have a space where people are safe to say what they want. It is a fun, active space where people can interact with each other and we can learn and grow from each other. So that's my goal for my channel. And I'm so grateful that you've decided to watch this video and that you've decided to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you've watched this video this long, come on. Why have you not subscribed? I mean, if you've gotten this far in this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, what have I done? What can I say to convince you that you need to subscribe? I will admit that I am not perfect. My nails do not come out perfect every time. I can be just extremely hard on myself when it comes to my nails. I always want them to look perfect, but they never are. And I understand that. And I think that what we can do for each other as a nail community is give each other the space to learn and grow and be positive with each other. I do not want anyone to ever feel that I am ever coming at you or anything like that. I am here to be someone who likes to create videos about the nail art I make and to share it with people and to get ideas from people and to be inspired by people. That's why I'm here. And if I can inspire one person, I feel like that's a huge bonus. I mean, in a million years, I would have never, ever thought that I would have 10 people watching my videos on YouTube, let alone coming up on 350 soon. I mean, what? Hello? I literally hit 300 last Thursday. And I think I'm sitting somewhere about 333, so I'm closer to 350 than 300, which still just blows my mind. And I am so thankful for every single one of you. And I want to hear from you. I want you to feel like you can comment and ask me questions. If I don't know the answer to a question, I'll tell you I don't know the answer, but I'll damn well try to find that answer for you, okay? That is something that's just me. That's who I am. So with that being said, now that I've blabbed and like blabbed your ear off, if you can't tell, this girl can talk. I am going to wrap up our video and just say that I'm thankful for you. I appreciate you. And I really, really am hopeful that you stick with me and we go through this crazy journey together. With that, I want to wish you all peace, love, and joy. Bye.